In this video, we will discuss availability. To get to availability in version 9, click Manage Availability. We've completely overhauled the availability feature in version 9. We've simplified it, allowing users to provide their availability and create availability time blocks that recur on a daily, weekly, or monthly basis using recurrence, like a standard online calendar. Users will no longer need to be concerned with the complications of understanding the concept of overriding weeks versus normal weeks. In addition, each employee can individually choose whether to tell the system when they are available or alternatively when they are not available. It's no longer one choice for the whole organization. This is an Outlook-like calendar that allows employees to define available or unavailable times. I can easily tell how the employee has defined their availability by the unmarked space. If the unmarked space is declared as unavailable, the empty space on the calendar will be pink. This means the employee will be unavailable at any time where unmarked space is pink. If the unmarked space is declared as available, the color of the empty space on the calendar will be green unless the employee creates an unavailable space. To define any time as available or unavailable, simply right-click on the day that is being defined. Click New Availability. On this screen, I can choose if I am declaring this occurrence as available or unavailable. I can select the date or dates, and I can choose the time frame. I can also choose if this will become a recurring series. If the recurrence is selected as weekly, users then have the ability to repeat this occurrence on multiple days of the week. Finally, users can decide when the recurrence will end. Click Save, and the new availability blocks will appear. Now that the availability blocks have been defined, our automation features will look to users' availability if using the Employee Must Be Available elimination rule. Managers can also define availability for users in the Manage User section. Click on the user, then click Availability. Version 9 currently allows you to view availability for one user at a time. If the employee is located in a time zone that is different from the company default time zone, employees can individually set their location so the system will automatically translate their time zone. In this case, Bob is located in Denver, Colorado. In version 8, there were two standard availability rules to choose from, both of which enforce the availability requirement in automation functions, but in different ways. When the rules were set up, a company-wide choice had to be made to choose one or the other. The version 8 rule with the description, all employees must be scheduled within the time declared available for each employee, was used in the case where all users were assumed to be unavailable except for the time covered by any availability time blocks that the employee declared available. The version 8 rule with the description, no employee should be scheduled during any time declared unavailable for the employee, worked in the opposite way. It was chosen in the case where all users would be assumed to be available except for time covered by any availability time blocks that the employee declared unavailable. As in version 8, you will need to add the availability rule to your list of automation rules in order for availability to take effect with automation function. The version 8 availability rules will now migrate into version 9 as one elimination rule called Employee Must Be Available. From there, each user can declare their unmarked space as available or unavailable and create their own availability calendar as previously demonstrated. This will wrap up availability in version 9.